inflation at Ababedru a year. Inflation declines for 8 consecutive months as August inflation falls to 11.5 from 12.1. And you can say inflation nyoma bo senior abafo. Nana do danko ekufuado one abozeke baomia any Kennedy Japan ne brand champion mo omo chechire Ghana no omo ja inflation was 54%. Na nyoma bo aye diama sebi okodu baako betem kodu oti baako every betem ho a na yeton be 30 Ghana. And John Mahama ne NDC ba abemu. Bosome nkronpeni. Nyoma bo dia na aye din edu oha enchichemu eduonum emiensa no. Eye 53% no. And ate aba bedru eye oha emu dun mienu ene echire po baako. Nana do dan kwaku fo ado mu ja nyoma abodin senia ye to nyoma abodin oha enchichemu eduonum miensa echire po beye 9. Almost 54%. And John Mahama betam free 54 no. Watie so aba bedu eye oha ntichemu edu mienu echiri po bako 12.1%. This is what we call managing an economy. And the nyoma bo nya ding. And they say edwadifo bedi no kura pa kire Ghana fo a nyoma omokofa aye from January besi August no. Sa nyoma no say bo na nkasa na omode gi a obemu say nyoma no bo no abafom. And this is all that we were expecting from MPP say and we wanted the government to find ways to make life easy and to also make life a cost of living easy for us. Inti yakasi yebuma ya sa nyoma we na wo hwe de oman no oba aban ne ye because uni bibi sa wo hwe nyoma boden a ekofoma e affect obi a say empo ukofa dollar semba nde na yakasa dollar e wo 30 a enye obi a Ghana bia na use dollar senior MPP for kachire no and they were right. But eba eduane a yatodi a obi a Ghana bia to eduane edi. Inti when it comes to inflation, it is more important than anything else. It is your tinyo maswa. Na dollar edu 50 enye no problem. At the end of the day no, the abani bayema nyoma bo no yatis no, that is what you are concerned about. But as you see, aban we before dollar no every almost 17.72, and the dollar is lingering around 11, which is fine, which is very fine, because this is an economy that is resolute. This is an economy it is showing signs to say it can basically fight on its own. On a normal day, any government at this time, dollar could do almost 18, and can say dollar should be around where it is today. A baby and also BR right now, no, whether CPPO, NDCO, MPPO, na anka baby and Nimyan dollar is supposed to be this. This is the normal dollar rate. What's say a baby. But the issue is because of a kufu the neighbor Umia Kennedy Japan brand champion, Kobre Japan, any country, movie dollar could do almost 18. No, a dollar do 11 because they left something called panic in the system. Inti ama ya we point to be we are still not used to even the dollar making moves or the dollar fluctuating, because at the end of the day no, it's about the pace. It is about how the pace dollar no increasing. It's been 9 months. John Mahama before dollar increase 17 all the way to 10, and the dollar is lingering around 11. What is the big deal? Inflation has dropped. Now the government is trying to bring your confidence back. The government is trying to bring the confidence of the investor back. Senebeya investor no say dollar is moving or shaking. It is not going to be that like Ekufuado no baumia dollar no to me that at 11 adiabechine 14. No. If you can see say right now what we are seeing, it is reasonable. This is reasonable governance. Inflation is down. Every single thing is working. At least so I 2 months ago. Now so offer at 10, $1 is to 10, 1 cedi is to $10. No, a cedi is to $10. At least for the last 2 months, the dollar has not appreciated $200%. From 10 to 11, it is reasonable enough for any businessman to still do business. But under Ekufuado no baumiano, utumi kota adiano $10. Ubabedu Ghana near to adiano $40. How do you actually take out or profit? How are you able to make sure say or capital nankasa kra saka? So what we are seeing now is regular governance. It is a government. This is how it is supposed to be. Even the American dollar, no, once in a while it gets a little bit shaky. That is how economies are supposed to be. Your dollar cannot sit at 10 the whole year. No, your dollar cannot sit at 11 the whole year. But your dollar should not move from 3.8 to 17. No, it's not reasonable. Your dollar should not move from 10 to 15 in 9 months. No. So when your dollar is lingering around 11 and 12, you are good. It means the flow of the economy, no, it is stable a little bit. It is a sea apostle. Even though it is becoming a what we call a roller coaster move, no, it is still stable. And you cannot tell me, say, your businessman be well losing millions of dollars because the dollar is lingering between 10 and 11. No. If even the dollar stays between 10 and 12, still it is reasonable enough to do business with that kind of exchange, because now a businessman can at least measure the pace at which the dollar moves and the pace at which the city appreciates or depreciates. So you are able to, at the end of the day, project, because you see, business, investments, going import and export, it is all about projection. Now, if you have an idea of how things will go, you are able to project how the dollar will go. It is Obi Kofa there, and I say Obi Kofa Nyoma, an importer. So Okwa Brochina Kofa Nyoma no Jina China no Ofa Nyoma. Obetumaka say Uni Bibi. Nyoma wo ya mi fei. Mindru Ghana no, me assure say dollar ni 11 na. Medru Ghana na dollar ndu 12 or 13. Or another dollar into 14. At least he has given himself a cushion into Obedrua. So the profit near 2 million, that's only 1.8 million. He's fine because it is the velocity of the dollar. How the dollar is moving, but it's not moving at a crazy pace. Under Ekufuado and the Baumia. Because under Ekufuado no Baumia, a businessman will order some things, and Nyoman in bedroom Monday no all order Nyoman dollar no ever pay 12. But Nyoman in bedroom Monday no na dollar no akwa could do 14, 16, 17. Now at that point, what do you expect the businessman to do? So today, every single businessman can project. Every investor can project. Under Ekufuado Baomiano, we could not project. The projections were all off. Now, when you don't get the projections right, remember, projections are estimates. A majority of the time, it is a trend that allows you to be able to project. Consistency in trends gives you the room to project. It is also the pace at which the dollar is moving now. As a businessman, you can project how the dollar will move in the next 2 months or 3 months. That is what economists are. But Baomia and any team, they could not even project, they could not even estimate that within a month or two, the dollar is going to stay in this range. All that they did was that they were suppressing numbers, and then their expenditure was high. Internet disikano and international dollar every 24 hours, the dollar does what changes drastically. So businessmen started panicking. They have left that panic in the system. Even when people are not losing money, they get scared because they be a kufuad mo fast can free. When you think about it as a businessman, when you see the dollar moved a little bit, you start to panic. It is what bad governance does. It kills investor confidence. That is what bad governance does. The Akufo-Addo say they killed the investor confidence in Ghana. When you even come to United States and the UK, their currency sometimes it gets a little bit of a shake. But the confidence in the investors want to say they know the American dollar will not depreciate to a point whereby they will lose all their earnings or lose all their profits. And that is what we need to understand. And right now, what the business community needs to understand is say, at least we have a government that can promise you and let you understand, say, the dollar, even though it's shaking, it is not going to shake in a drastic way whereby you will lose all your investment. It is going to shake reasonably because the government is basically looking at the indications. The government is cutting down on the expenditure. The government is being real and dealing with the right things. What we need to do as Ghanaians and as investors, and say, we need to slowly believe and have confidence in the system, have confidence in the managers of the economy. That confidence, and a bit to me, AMA investors are pumping a lot of their investment in the system. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo left investors in Ghana in a panic. Every day, even when the dollar moves an inch, they get scared because and they for 8 years, that is what they studied. That is what they went through. So they are used to that. The scare and the fear and the panic is still there. But what I can tell every experienced businessman or investor, and they say they should look at the trend. Check how the dollar. Basically, they see the appreciate and depreciate, the dollar appreciate and depreciate. It is in a reasonable vacuum. We will never get up one day and see the dollar at 18. It will never happen because we have people who are intelligent managing the economy of this country. So the investors, the businessmen have confidence in the system because you see, the confidence you have is what is going to make you put more money in the system. Without that confidence, you cannot invest in the system so for the system to also be stable enough to give you better returns. Because some trusted bank, now some $20 million, nothing will force me to go and put the $20 million at the bank. It is only the confidence I have in the bank. And remember, this is 20 million. Now, some 20 million, the bank is able to use that money to make money and also to make money for you. So technically, the confidence you have in the economy is what is going to build the economy. The moment you don't have the confidence in that economy to invest in the economy itself struggles. And investors now kept their money in their rooms. They were scared because they didn't have confidence in the system. They didn't believe Baomia's arithmetics. They knew Baomia was a liar. They knew Baomia was cooking figures. So they all kept their monies at home. The economy was struggling because there was no liquidity flow. Right now, we need to bring back the confidence. We need to understand. We should just check the pace. How steady the pace is. 10 and 12 is a decent rate for the dollar to roam within. And it is okay for every businessman to do business in this kind of economic settings. All right, team.
UT Maululu Farms. Omuwo Ghana. Ejumakun. Honorable Atoforcing constituency. Ye finance minister. Ni constituency. Also upeko suyan kwa dia. Akra baby ya fenama ne gusuno. Odebe fie pe. Nemo botma uwo around central region so a na ba say the brother bebrew ba bo so ko farm so a mo adwumakun ahiem honorable Atoforcing constituency ho no mo UT Maululu Farms so we farm to feed the world ope ko suan kwa dia a o man nkoko no edunduane pa enti nkoko no edidi kama enti okoto so no wa aka bebia do bebrew nya ba ko mienu wa wo tu akoton wa wo ye choba o so ko suan wo de ye o choba wa wo chi aton wa wo business no also waka baby or the brew free. As all was central region so dia also bebrew. Ope 20, 200, 300, 400, 50 crates from Maululu. No focus on brew. So kama on ni wom. Ne kokono wa onde because omo bia na pa ongo kono. Ti from Maululu. Now number ni +233 24 33 53127. You want money BM +233 24 33 53127 or WhatsApp. Of no maso ebeko. From all those people so our crab and manu location. Okwa say ye January say bra honum. Wo special offer. Okwa say January TV na show no say bra beto ko si honum. No kono ho den, ko sa no ho den. Kama. Na what my den on your property.